Hey everyone, Casualties here. Wanted to talk today real quick about the Retroid Pocket 5, actually, which I'm a pretty big fan of. I'm going to be doing some videos on this bad boy about how to get some more use out of it, since I know some of you probably have this device and are a little stuck. So stay tuned for that, or feel a little stuck. But we have some news about it. It looks like we are getting a couple more colors. So they announced this on their Discord and it kind of spread like wildfire. I noticed it on the SBC gaming subreddit, as I noticed a lot of these things. I know I saw it later on X and other social media platforms, but I'm going to use this as the source. I'll link this in the description below along with the store page. So if we hop on over to the Go Retroid store page, you will see the new colors, the turquoise and the yellow, or white, the yellow. And if these look familiar, it's because if we go over to the G2, you will see the yellow and you'll see the turquoise. Both sold out. All of them are sold out. But so what I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here. We were told when the G2 launched that except for the new chip and the RAM, they are basically identical internally to these. So obviously, you know, physically being identical, it's pretty easy to do a swap. Now, I don't know if they're producing new Retroid Pocket 5s or if they have some old stock they want to try to get rid of, and so they are just reshelling models they have laying around. I tend to believe that since this takes the LPDDR4, they might still be able to produce these at a slightly cheaper cost. I might be completely out to left field on that as well. Maybe LPDDR4 is also a pain in the ass to produce right now. I'm not really sure. Or maybe they don't need to produce it at all and they're just sitting on a stockpile of LPDDR4. That's the way a lot of these handheld companies, particularly Ambernic, likes to do it. Is they like to buy a lot of their chips, in massive amounts and then just kind of purpose them as is. Although some of the higher end ones don't do that as much. At least sourcing like old cell phone parts like Miu and what not has done and then ran out of and then had to source different materials, and that's how we get the Miu minis V1, V2, V3, V4, and so on and so forth. I don't think Retroid does anything like that, but I'm rambling. So as far as what this means, so I think that taking shells that were meant for the Retroid Pocket G2 and repurposing them in some manner for the 5 is a bad sign for the 2. I know I did a video a while ago when they announced they were temporarily discontinuing it and wanting to bring it back. As far as bringing it back goes, I think that's really bad news for the G2. I personally at this point don't see it coming back, and I don't see why it would have anyway. It was kind of dead in the water as soon as the Retroid Pocket 6 released. I don't think there was really any reason to get it. There's a lot of people in Discords and Reddit that disagree with me, and you're fine to have that opinion, but that's just kind of my personal take on that. I think it's bad news for the Retroid Pocket G2. Also, there have been rumors for a while about a new flip device coming from Retroid, along with a possible successor to the Retroid Pocket Classic. We got 3 new devices launched, kind of. The G2, the Retroid Pocket 6, and then the Retroid Pocket 6 12 gig variant. 2 of those are no longer being made at this point. And I would imagine that the new devices, unless they find a way to shoehorn, older, slower RAM in there, which they could possibly do, that maybe is stockpiled somewhere. I mean, they could totally do that. I don't know exactly how that would work. But short of doing something like that, I would imagine they're going to have the same RAM shortages as these rumored new devices, which the Retroid Pocket Classic and Flip 2 came out last summer. So I imagine if they wanted to release them, it would be, they would probably just do kind of a repeat of last year and do it in, late spring, early summer, as far as announcements and releases and all that goes. I think those devices are in danger of being canceled as well. If they do get announced and you do want one, get one sooner than later. Hopefully the RAM situation kind of slows out. I know we got the news that OpenAI will not be So apparently the deals they cut with Samsung and SK Hynix to buy up 40% of the world's RAM were just letters of intent, and they seem to be backing out of that. But then we get mixed messaging with stuff like this, where you look at this Micro Center ad and you can't buy it, but you've got 120 bytes of RAM, two 64 gig sticks at a decent clock speed. The Corsair Vengeance is pretty high end RAM, but it's at $4,200. I think this was announced just yesterday, maybe today. Yeah, it looks like just yesterday. Someone spotted it at Micro Center, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But also, this is not actually available, so I also don't know what the hell's going on. Hopefully, the RAM crisis, with everything going on, hopefully it starts to right itself by the end of the year, preferably sooner. I'm sitting pretty good. I'm not too worried. I just rebuilt my PC, but I got people that are asking about retro handhelds at work and wondering what the hell's going on with game consoles. Fucking $900 PS5 Pro is insane, and I don't really know what to tell them. If you got a way that I could spin it, please let me know. But I think that'll about do it. What's your opinion on this? What do you think it means? Do you think it means anything? I think this reshow thing is a really bad thing for the Retroid Pocket G2, and I don't think it's coming back at this point. But that's just my thoughts on it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that shit, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.